What have you seen in preparing for Drake and film some of the keys and coming away with the victory on Saturday?
I mean, they're at the top of the league, so we got a challenge, but we're prepared for that, and we're preparing throughout the week. Coming off a bye week, it's nice to get an extra few days to prepare, and we have a great mindset going into every practice, regardless of the situation or anything. We're going to go out there and fight on Saturday.
For you personally, I mean, you've had a really nice season. What have been some of the big things that you've worked on in the off season and just trying to be a better football player?
I think that I worked on a lot of leadership this offseason. With the honor of my teammates voting me a captain, I felt like I needed to take a more vocal role. And a lot of the technique has been the same the past few years, so you can obviously hone in on that throughout the offseason, but a lot of that's the same. So being able to get my teammates' support and help them achieve to the best of their abilities is a big thing I worked on this offseason.
What's the when Dayton defense is playing at its best? What are you guys doing?
We're communicating. If everyone's on the same page, then we can't be wrong. So even if it's not exactly the right thing that we should be doing based on the practice that week, if we're on the same page, then we're not wrong, and we can rally to the ball, take the ball away, and get off the field for our offense.
Are there a couple of things in particular that you're looking to improve coming off that San Diego game?
I mean, just giving our offense the best ability to put the ball in the end zone. So I think in the San Diego game, we didn't take the ball away enough to give the offense the opportunity. So going into this week, we need to take the ball away. They're a big running team, so we got to stop the run, and that's kind of the keys to success for us, I'd say.
When when a team is just running the ball over and over, and you're out there out on the outside on your island, do you get frustrated that you just can't make as much of an impact on play or get the ball when they're just trying to run the ball like that?
I wouldn't say it's frustrating because we go over it every week that everyone's got to do their 1/11th. So when the play comes your way, you just got to make it. So if the plays aren't coming my way as a corner, sometimes that's a good thing. If they're not targeting me, then that means the ball's going somewhere else that someone can make a play. And if they have to run the ball, then we got to establish stopping the run so that we make them throw the ball, and that's where we can make a big impact as a secondary.
And then, obviously it's been 2 weeks since you guys played last. Senior day, #1 team in the conference coming in. How do you keep everybody just even keel and level-headed as a captain and a leader?
I think that bye week is really nice just to be able to heighten our focus. I wouldn't say that you take that bye week to relax. I think it heightened our focus going into this challenging game. I mean, they're a good team, and we need to take advantage of this week and get a win to be where we want to be next week. So that's what we got to do.
Levi, the excitement of Tuesday, what was that experience like?
It was a weird experience, surreal. I mean, I had a couple people who I hadn't talked to in a long time text me I was watching ESPN and all of a sudden you were on there. So, yeah, it was weird, definitely strange.
Amongst that, we got to see it, but what we didn't get to see was Sunday. What was it feeling like getting that news in front of your teammates?
I mean, it was cool. It's not my favorite thing to be brought up in front of the team and singled out and stuff like that. It's cool though. They were all excited for me, which I really appreciate. So,
how much fun was it to share that moment yesterday with your family?
Yeah, it was really cool. It was cool for them to get to see some excitement, some recognition for me, especially my wife. She's been through it all. How do I word this? She's just been there from the beginning, so it never wavered in her support for me, so that was really cool.
The focus now to Saturday. You guys got a big game. What do the Flyers got to do to come away with a W against Drake?
It's a huge game. I mean, they're a really good team. They got a bunch of really good players, so we just have to. We've got a fun game plan this week, and we got to execute. Focus on the little details.
Are there some things in particular in looking at this Drake defense to where you guys, got to sort of excel in a couple of different categories to get that win on Saturday?
I think it more revolves around us and how we prepare, how detailed we are. it's been a long season up to this point. We're coming off a bye week. Before that was a game that we didn't execute very well, so I think we just need to focus on ourselves, focus on executing fundamentals and the little details this week.
For you, how's that ankle?
It's getting better every day. Still not 100%, but we're getting back. We're getting there.
And then that feeling walking on Saturday and possibly playing your last game at Welcome Stadium.
It's strange. I mean, it's gone so fast. I feel like it was just yesterday that I was dressing for my first game there. And, you know, I know my family's going to be sad. My wife loves Saturdays at Welcome just as much as I do. She's going to be going through it, so it's going to be weird.
And then how do you kind of help, in that running back room of just keeping everybody focused and say, like, yes, it is senior day. We've got a lot of emotions riding high. We're trying to avenge that loss at San Diego, but, like, let's just stay on basics.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it's really that hard. I think everybody knows that this game is huge. Drake's a really good team. When you play at a place like Dayton, you're not surrounded by hardly anybody who doesn't have an issue or has issues focusing for games like this. So it's pretty easy.
What are going to be the big things in trying to get a W and stay in this PFL hunt?
Yeah, I mean, it was a wild week watching. We're on the open date last weekend, and a lot of things bounced our way. So we're right back in the hunt, and it gives you a little shot in the arm, gives your players a shot in the arm, and come out and had a good week yesterday to start or a good day yesterday to start the week. Now we just got to keep building as the things go along. But as you look at game plan wise, you just got to do the right things, and the things that are kind of our baseline, our standard. We got to do those things well and execute. And I talked to the guys about it last night, and I think it's, as you look at it, you're going to get a good football team coming in here, and we haven't faced them. This is my first time facing Drake since I played here. So they got a new coaching staff. So you're trying to figure each other out a little bit, but it's new for them, but on their new staff, but it's new for us too. So we don't know what their personnel's about. We don't know. All you can do is see what you see on film against similar opponents. But at the end of the day, you got to take care of yourselves and you got to do things the right way. And we're going to come out and give it the old college try. And no, seriously, it's one of those things where we got to take care of the football. Pretty simple, right? We got to play hard, play smart, play together. We've got to defensively, can't let them throw the ball over your head. You got to create turnovers, be disruptive, and offensively, we got to stay on schedule and execute. Pretty simple game, really. Just got to block, catch, throw, run, tackle. That's it.
Was it big having a bye week?
Yeah. We were getting a little banged up there, and it's good to get some. It's a fine line. Is some guys you need to back off of, some guys you need to progress with. So we kind of handle individual cases. You're late in the season, so it's a little different. You're not. The building depth part is you're always trying to do that, but early in the year you want to get your twos a lot of work because your ones have been playing. But late in the year you want to make sure that there's some guys that have played a heck of a lot of snaps, and they know what to do and how to execute. So you need to back off of some guys, and and it's good to just for the players, I think, to get a few days off, but you got to balance it out. And so we definitely took some consecutive days off, but we also came out and worked and got some good work in on I guess, geez, I got to think backwards now, but on Wednesday, Thursday, we came out and had some good intense practices. It was fun. We do a developmental thud period at the end of practice on Thursdays for a lot of the younger guys that you're not seeing yet, that we still want to progress, and that gets a little rowdy, and we were able to do that all 3 days last week to get those guys some burn. So it's fun to see them compete, and those guys are coming along. You watch some of the way those guys are moving now as opposed to the way they did in training camp. I'm excited about them. So got some good work in for those guys, and then worked on our special teams quite a bit, and worked on our offense and defense, and got some work done. And then yesterday we got to go out and the freezing cold. Scott DeBolt's crew got the field cleared off for us, so that was shout out to Scott DeBolt and his group. Those behind the scene guys that hate attention, but no, it was good. We had a great practice yesterday. Looking forward to getting back out there again today.
Mentioned focusing on yourself and just doing the best thing that Dayton can do, offensive and defensively, but around the league and sort of getting the bye. Is it helpful in sort of preparing this group for Drake Saturday and seeing a Davidson beat Presbyterian, and just you got to be ready?
No, you always got to be ready. The league is, the parity in our league is, it's like the NFL. There's not a lot separating a lot of people. So you got to show up expecting their best, and you got to show up knowing that you have to give your best, or you're going to get in for a long day. You're going to be in for a long day. So I think that's just par for the course in our league. I really do. And that's something we try to embed in our players' heads all the time, even before the season starts. Every week's going to be a battle. You're going to get their best, and we better show up ready to go.
Being ready to go, senior day.
Yeah.
A little bit of a different feel than what you're normally used to for home. How do you use that in your advantage?
Well, the biggest thing is, and I just was writing notes on this to talk to the guys about, because I can remember being a sophomore and a junior being more emotional than I was as a senior, because you're so invested and you want so much out of your team for your teammates. All you want to do is send your teammates out on a win, and you can get, as an underclassman, too emotionally invested, because those are your guys. You're playing for them, and so the seniors, everybody talks to them about being emotionally checked. I was the opposite as a player, so I want to make sure I hit it on everybody. But we still got football to play. This isn't the last game of the season, so. I think it's got a little bit of a different feel when your senior day is not the last one. It's the last one here, but it's not the last one. So we'll do some things with the seniors on Friday night, and then Saturday the parents will come out and give them a hug, and after that nothing's different. Somebody's going to kick the ball off, and somebody's got to tackle the guy with the ball, and so I think we can put too much into that. And we got to be emotionally strong and worry about what's important, and that's what happens after that opening whistle.
We just got a chance to talk with Levi. How cool of a moment was that yesterday for your program?
Yeah, it was super special. Levi is, it was really way he handled himself with the media yesterday. He just talked about how it was a great thing for the program, which it is. A lot of kids probably wouldn't even think to do that. But get some exposure to the program. But I mean, that's something that when I found out what that award was and what it was about, and I just thought, man, this is Levi. It sure is. He'd be a great recipient of that award. He's selfless, comes to work, he provides leadership. He's not, one of your typical Marine hoorah guy. That's not him. But he can set the tone in other ways. He's always on time. He's always giving you everything he's got, and he's the ultimate team player. And his character's through the roof. He's been a pleasure to have on our squad, and I just reflect, because he's older than everybody else, and on the team, he's got a wife, and I think about football coaches' wives, they what are they called, the football season widows, and she's got to deal with that. I'm bringing them in here at 6:30 in the morning all winter, and then we got training camp. We've made some exceptions for him to go back and forth since he is a little more mature than some of our guys. But she's been a team player in this too, and it was great to have her there yesterday, and his parents to share in that honor, because something to be proud of, and I'm sure they're very proud of him.